Welcome to American Sports Talk Radio on WEI 98.9. I'm Jack Dorsey here with my friends James Agabitis and Ford Gillespie. We're talking Kyrie, and we're talking way too early NFL predictions. Let's start with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has grown into one of the best point guards in the NBA. James, where do you think he'll end up? Because he has requested a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes, I think this is a selfish move by Kyrie, especially.
Selfish.
I think he's going. I think his best chance for another championship is in Cleveland with LeBron. I don't know why he'll want to move except for just to be the center of attention. Based on where he will go, I think maybe Minnesota will be a good option for him, or San Antonio. They got a lot of assets that they can do to trade for him. So yeah, I think that's where he'll end up. But I just think this is a selfish move on his part.
Ford, what do you think?
Well, the whole Minnesota thing for Kyrie is the fact the only player they could really give up, unless they want to trade him with him like halfway through the season, is Andrew Wiggins or Karl-Anthony Towns. But Karl-Anthony Towns is definitely not going to be involved in that trade. Andrew Wiggins is the only realistic option they have. Maybe but they'd have maybe a couple bench players, but their bench is already weak as it is. I think, and maybe Kyrie just stays on the team already, just because Cleveland doesn't have to move him, and I don't think it's just going to be his preferred destination.
Well, it's true that most teams don't want a player that doesn't want to play there to be on their team, because that usually doesn't bid well for the team during the season. So I honestly think he'll go to the Knicks. I don't know what the Knicks are going to trade, because I know the Cavs aren't really interested in draft picks. They're more of a win-now team, especially with LeBron heading into the final year of his opt-out. But I really think that he's either going to go to the Knicks or San Antonio, which San Antonio, he said, was one of his preferred destinations.
That would be deadly.
I know, but he wouldn't be the center of attention. It's more around Kawhi. Kawhi's a better all-around player, defensively and even offensively.
But both
average.
of them together, that's going to be dynamite.
Yeah, but if Kyrie says he wants to be the center of attention, why would he go to San Antonio? It makes no sense. New York makes sense.
Because Minnesota already has two a superstar and another potential superstar.
Not a point guard, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they don't, I don't know. Kyrie's teams that he's chosen, I mean, I would have thought the Phoenix Suns look like a good move. Even if he's looking to be a center of attention, why not go to a terrible team like the Detroit Pistons or the Heat are a good option too.
But all those bad teams have nothing to give for him. That's the only problem.
That's true.
But do you think the Cavs would move him out of the West? Move him out west?
Yeah, they're
the
not
West
giving
is
him to
already
the-
stacked as it is.
No, but the Cavs, that would be a good thing for the Cavs, because there's another superstar that's not there. They get options for him, but they wouldn't strengthen another East team.
All right, I think that's going to do it for Kyrie as we head to our way too early NFL predictions. The Patriots are the favorites heading into the season, but what do you think, James? Who do you think's going to match up with them?
I think someone that's going to surprise this year is the New York Giants. They got a whole new defense, a whole stacked defense. Landon Collins, Pierre-Paul. They got a ton of new guys there, and that just reinforced their team. Offensively, they got a pretty good offense to start, but with this reinforced defense, I think they might be unstoppable.
And they got OBJ too, which is a big factor.
And
especially
Brandon Marshall.
And
on the
Marshall.
side.
Yep.
It's pretty lethal wide receiver. Ford, what do you think?
Well, it's pretty much a guarantee that the Patriots will make it to their second straight and probably even win their second straight. But I do think the Giants have a legitimate chance at being that team that faces up with them. And I think they would have the best chance at beating the Patriots if they had to face them. But I don't think anybody's going to stop them. The Patriots, they're just...
I got to be honest, I think we're going to see some surprise AFC teams. Everyone's predicting the Steelers, but the Steelers have been a real letdown ever since they've won their Super Bowl in 2009, was it, versus the Cardinals? But everyone keeps saying Steelers, and I keep thinking, I keep waiting for Andrew Luck to come back to the AFC Championship, even though the Colts aren't an ideal team to go against Tom Brady in the AFC Championship. I think they'll do better than they did last year. But, yeah, so Super Bowl scores, teams, really quickly. James, who do you got?
I got a rematch of 04 and 07 with Giants and Patriots. I think that's going to be a...
07 and 12, you mean?
07 and 12, my bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another rematch. It's going to be a great game, but I think Pat's going to come out on top.
All right, Ford, what do you think?
Pretty much the same thing for, as James said, but I really do think that the Falcons are just going to fall off this year, as the Panthers did with their Super Bowl hangover, pretty much.
All right, I got Patriots versus Packers. Pats are going to win. That'll be all for today. I'm Jack Dorsey, James Agabitis, and Ford Gillespie, and we'll see you guys same time tomorrow.